just about this time here on Hot Wax. We like to hit you with something very groovy, baby. And that groovy thing is... Frankly Facts, baby. Come on.
All right, the first building to have more than 100 floors was the Empire State Building.
100 floors, first building. Wow.
I've never actually been in the Empire State Building. Or on top either, or whatever.
When I was a kid, I was there.
You were there? How was it?
I don't remember. I was a kid.
On average, brunettes have less hair on their heads compared to redheads and blondes. I don't know about that. I got a pretty, I got the Zoolander wig up here. Got to do some comparisons.
Yeah, I don't know how true that fact is.
We're going to have to
we'll
check
have
that
to
out.
hit the streets, Frank, and start checking everyone's head.
It took over 22 centuries to complete the Great Wall of China. It was built, rebuilt, and extended by many imperial dynasties and kingdoms. The wall exceeds 12,000 miles. And didn't our friend Earl Fish go on the wall many moons ago?
Earl Fish went on a little school trip, I think, back in the day. I remember seeing a photo of him.
He's like, at the wall, right?
Yeah, so all these beautiful dynasties have built this thing throughout the dawn of time. And here's hippie stoner Earl Fish with a bandana just like, hey, I made it. They built it for that, you know. It's kind of awesome.
He's the one that gets over the wall, right?
Yeah.
Pigs are physically incapable to look up into the sky.
That's why you gotta hug them and lift them up to show them.
That stinks. If their friends are flying, they can't even see it. Terrible.
It's a good one, Frank.
The oldest recorded tree in the world is reported to be 9,550 years old, located in Sweden.
Wow.
When we chop down all the rest, I would think those redwood trees were actually a lot older.
You would think, because they're so big and giant.
Yeah.
Man.
Strange.
Gotta save the trees.
Yeah. Save them all. On Monday, March 23rd, 2178, Pluto will complete its first full orbit around since its original discovery in 1930.
Oh, wow. And that's happening this March?
No, 2178. We got a little while to wait for that one.
Well, I'll mark it on my calendar, Frank.
There are more than 150 people cryo-frozen right now in the hopes that one day the technology will be invented to revive them, with over 1,000 people registered to do it upon their death.
I believe Salvador Dali is frozen.
Dali and Disney.
And Disney.
That they can make some movies when they get unfrozen together. That would be kind of cool, like that one little short they had.
That would be cool. That would be... I wonder if that would really work. What an amazing idea.
All right.
You know, just try it. Why not? You know what I mean? You never know.
Unfreeze them. Let's see. Let's get the Austin Powers juices flowing, you know?
Can we do an early an early thaw out and just see if something happens, and then freeze them back up again? You know?
Dali would be scary, I feel
Dali would probably be really messed up.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like you save him for last.
Yeah. Yeah, everyone's like, oh, well, it's time's up. No. Still got another
Keep him in there, yeah.
100 years.
We ain't ready for him.
Oh, man. If there is a musician, Frank, that I could freeze and keep forever, it would be this guy, Lord Sutch.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my gosh. So during the Vinyl Fair, one album that's, you know, it did what it was supposed to do in the 60s. It did to me at the Vinyl Fair. It's Lord Sutch and Heavy Friends. And on the cover, it says it has artists of Jimmy Page, John Bonham, Jeff Beck, Noel Redding, and Nicky Hopkins. And this came out in 1970. So it was totally, you know, when this hit the record store, everyone's like, what a lineup!
Yeah.
Whoa, right? This guy, Lord Sutch, was just like a really rich London playboy with a ton of money.
Okay.
And he was friends with the higher society at the time. So he had them over. You know, he had Jimmy Page, John Bonham, and all these guys
just to party.
over. Just to party and hang out and jam. And there's a quote from Jimmy Page about this, which I thought was pretty funny. He said, I just went down to have a laugh, play some rock and roll a bit of a send-up. The whole joke sort of reversed itself and became really ugly, talking about how Lord Sutch just put the recordings out. and made a whole album. His debut album is like a drunk party with these
Jam
guys.
session.
So the reason why these musicians like
cool.
Jimmy Page, John Bonham and stuff, they're like, dude, this wasn't supposed to be an
Anything,
album.
yeah.
It's supposed to just be a party. And it was like voted one of the worst records of all time. Oh my god, yeah, it gets so good. Well, Lord Sutch, let's jump into it because the worst album. I disagree, and I think it's just because of the way it went down. They were just mad that he got away with it.
Yeah,
in my opinion, this guy was almost ahead of his time. This is 1970, and you're gonna tell me this isn't punk rock and roll from CBGBs? Get out of here with that. All right. Here's one track called "'Cause I Love You." Lord Sutch and Heavy Friends.